very good afternoon to you, our cherished and descending listeners. It's another beautiful and blessed Wednesday, and we here at Multimedia are happy to bring you another exciting edition of your favorite business development program on radio, Masterclass. Masterclass is powered by Joy Business and brought to us by Goyle. Goyle, good energy. Goyle, Yenara, Yedia. Masterclass is also brought to us by GCB. GCB, your bank for life. My name, as always, is Barnafo, and I'm happy to be your host for the show today. Today we continue with our conversation on various business topics to bring you ideas for your business to grow. Last week we spent time here in the studio with Mr. Kwao Johnson of First Code Management Services, and he shared some thoughts with us, closing the conversation on investments. Today we start a totally new conversation, and we're looking at the interesting topic area of developing an abundance mindset for business success. Developing an abundance mindset for business success. When I read that topic, I asked myself, what exactly does that mean? I mean, a few things came to my mind. A few of the books we have read, business books we have read, Thinking Positively, The Power of Positive Thinking, I Can Do This, Speaking to Yourself, the book that people have written, The Audacity of Hope, and a few other books come to mind. But in today's conversation, we're going to be looking at how you yourself as a business owner or as an entrepreneur can change your mindset and help your business to grow from within. So even before you go out and do all the things that we talk about, how do you even see your business? How do you picture it? How do you see it grow? Just remind us also that our show is streaming live on Facebook today for those of us who want to watch us on Facebook, and we're streaming live, and we'll be sharing some slides as well. I'll be introducing our guest shortly, but just remind us that if you're looking to pay your fees, educational fees, or pay for any urgent medical care or any emergency expenses or home makeovers or renovations or even take a vacation or holiday, GCB Personal Loan is available to help you through all of that. You can give them a call today on 0800 422 422 for a GCB Personal Loan today. GCB, your bank for life. Goyle is also has some great news for us today and is rewarding all of its prepaying Go customers with up to 2% discounts per litre on all fuels purchased. Join the Go Club today by visiting any of the Goyle filling stations anywhere near you. Goyle, good energy. Goyle, Yenara, Yedia. Like I always say here on the show, Masterclass brings you the best and nothing less than that. We have with us here in the studio a gentleman who we'll be introducing shortly. He's also a Ghanaian. I'm happy to announce that. Fully blooded Ghanaian, and he's trained and made various contributions in business strategy to various multinationals like the UNFPA, Coca-Cola, KPMG, Total Energies, particularly with the Start Upper program, the Total Start Upper program, also with Lenovo, with KLM, and with LG. He's an ardent believer in selling, and he talks about this in the book that he wrote, The 12 Sales Secrets That the Global 500 Companies Do Not Want You to Know. He's currently the head of marketing and ad sales at GG Online Marketplace, and also the executive director of the Impact Global Network, as well as an ambassador for Hub Africa in Morocco. My guest for this afternoon is Mr. Daniel Sapon Jr. Daniel, you're welcome to the conversation.
Thank you so much.
There's something I always say on the show. When I read a good resume, I tell my listeners that when I grew up, I want to be in that position. But it's inspirational. You know, when I see people do things for themselves, become people of renown in the various endeavors that they undertake. It's inspirational for those who are yet to start, and even for those who have started already but have sort of relaxed at some point and decided that I'm tired of this. It's refreshing to see that people are doing new things and people are adding value to themselves so that we can all become better. Exactly. You know, just off a few minutes ago, we're saying that life is too short to make all the mistakes yourself.
Exactly.
You know, so we might as well learn from other people. I mean, when I looked at you know, the topic for today's conversation, developing an abundance mindset for business success. A lot of things came to my mind, but there is one statement that a certain ex-president made, which I'll just share with us briefly and sort of usher in the conversation, if you like. This was made by President Bill Clinton, and he says, "We should be remembered by the power of our example rather than the example of our power." So as business owners, it's just a free tidbit for you to set you thinking. If you're one who likes to think deeply, this is something for you to chew on. That be remembered by the power of your example rather than the example of your power. What is the example that you're leaving today? When you are not here anymore, when you have run your course, when you've handed over your business to the next generation, what will you be remembered for? This man, he was a terrible person. He was a difficult man. Or he was a great man. what will you remember for that? I mean, those are the conversations. But today, we're looking at the abundance, having an abundance mindset for business.
Yes.
My mind goes wild, but I will leave it to you. You are the professor in the studio today. At some point, we get interactive. And I'm sure
Okay.
that our listeners will also have a few inputs to make.
Okay.
But otherwise, talk to us. What comes to mind? Why must a business owner, for example, have a positive mindset, an abundance mindset?
Okay.
And just take us into the rest of the conversation. If
Okay.
you will. Yes.
Thank you so much, Yao. It's a pleasure to be here. I'll start with a story. In the year 2019, I was in Morocco for a masterclass for business owners and CEOs.
Right.
And there was this lady. She was called Sukena. She actually has a business in fashion. And she came for a consultation, a one-on-one consultation. We put together her sales strategy. She has a marketing strategy and all that. And she said she wanted to really grow, but she's finding it difficult. So I did what I usually do. I call it the diagnosis. And I realized that she has everything. She has the investment. She has the right employees. She has everything. What they lacked was the abundance mindset to grow better. So I took her team, her employees, and herself through this training of breaking limitations. Because what people don't realize is that limitations are learned. Limitations don't come to people naturally. Limitations are learned. That's why sometimes when you see a child, the child doesn't feel like anything can hurt him. Children take risks without reason because they don't believe there's a limitation.
As you talk about limitations being learned, my mind comes to the child. Every child thinks that the father is a superhero.
Yeah.
They don't see the limitations of the father.
No.
It just matters the point that you're making.
Yes.
Every child thinks, I'll tell my father.
Yes,
Father's
exactly.
a superhero.
Exactly.
He will deal with you.
Yes.
You just support the point that you're
making. And every child believes that their teacher knows everything.
Yeah.
And children don't believe in limitations. So limitations are learned based on life, society, and all that. So as I took them through this training and all that, I realized that her employees were very passionate. They loved what they were doing, but they didn't have insights on how to grow the business or how to have an abundance mindset. They didn't have the right skills. And then after this training, I came back to Ghana, and in 3 months, I received an amazing email. In just 3 months, they had grown their revenues by 60 to 70% in just 3 months. Whilst all these years, they had been literally doing the same thing. So it made me realize that, okay, one of the things that actually prevents people from moving forward in life, and especially in business, is that limited mindset, that limited beliefs in themselves, in their business. And sometimes you as a business owner, you are good, you read books, your mind is open, you're well-traveled and all that. What about your employees? What about that young graduate you brought in from national service? You realize that young graduate, he's passionate, he loves his work, he comes to work early. You realize that some of your managers are giving off their best. But have you taken them through a session of mind transformation so that you are able to expand? And I realized that is where most of the problem comes from. So apart from being a sales coach, marketing coach, I realized that sales and marketing, especially sales, can never be increased if you give out the skills without the right mindset. So I started that journey of mind transformation to train businesses and individuals to break their limiting beliefs and then develop an abundant mindset. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I had the privilege of looking at your slides earlier.
Yeah.
And there are a few pointers there that you shared also. Let's go straight ahead and share those ones with our listeners as well.
Okay, sure. I would want to start with life. Let's look at life. 7-8 billion people on this earth. One earth. Everybody is different. No one person is the same. If you look at the seas, the oceans.
Not even twins.
Yes, not even twins.
Yeah.
If you look at the oceans, you would see that billions, trillions, zillions of drops making the ocean. If you look at the sand, if you look at the trees, if you look at the planets, the galaxies. So you realize that if you look at the cells in your body, everything. So you realize that everything about existence is abundance.
It's profound. Actually, I've never looked at it like that.
Yeah, everything. Every single thing is so abundant and unique such that everybody can have a part of it. So what prevents people from having access to something is them not having the mindset that they can even have it. Because we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are.
Daniel, The entire show today could be premised on what you've just said in the last 3 minutes. And I'm happy that we're going to be spending the next couple of weeks together.
Yeah.
It's absolutely important what you've just said, that our limitations are learned.
Yeah.
And we don't see things as they are. We see things
As we are. Yes.
It's impressive. I mean, I could write a whole book on what you just said, but it's so true.
Yes. We see things as we are. So if you ask someone, is this possible? The person is not saying it's possible based on possibility, based on their idea of what's possible. So your company can go as far as you can see. Not even your employees can do anything about it. If you are not a manager or a business owner.
It just reminds me, again in scripture, if you go back to scripture, a conversation that God had, with one of the prophets, and he says, as far as
you can see, not as far as I, God, can do. As far as you can see, I will give to you. So everything boils down to us, not about the potential that we have.
And even the example you give about abundance.
Yeah.
Everything in nature. Everything.
If you lose one job today, trust me, there are 10 times more other jobs there. But you are limited.
It's twice the number which you probably never come into contact
exactly.
with.
If you lose a deal today, there are 20, 30, 100 times more deals there. But you are not privy to it because your eyes are not opened. You are not enlightened, and there's a veil over your eyes. Let me give a perfect example. If you are looking to what's your dream, like the car that you love?
Hey, you've asked this question.
Yes.
I'll tell you off air. But there's a car.
So let's say to our viewers listening, maybe you are planning to buy a car, or there's this car that you really love, you see in town all the time. Just by the mere fact that you love that car, trust me, every single day you see not less than 10 of that car.
No, you see, I won't even argue with you. Have you noticed that and I know that, a lot of my listeners will identify with this.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that when you make a decision to buy a car, in the last 2 weeks or so before you make the purchase, every car you see on the street is the car you are going to buy.
Yes, exactly.
That's the car I'm going to. You see all of those cars, all the models.
100%.
You don't see the rest.
Yes, you don't see the rest.
I've always wondered why. It's like, because I want to buy this car. Every car I'm seeing is the one I want to buy.
It's the one you want to buy.
But that's a power of the mind, isn't it?
That's the power of the mind. Because the world is full of so many things in the same level of abundance, in the same vein, there's abundance of distractions. So there's a fog. Every day you wake up, there's a fog. But your eyes will begin to see the things that you have programmed your mind to want to see. So, for example, if you're a business owner and you want to see problems with your staff, you always see problems with them. But if you want to see the good things they do, you will always see that as well. So we see things based on who we are, not because of what it is or what exists.
So you see what you want to see.
Yeah, you see what you want to see.
Which even means that, and it comes back to this topic about having the abundance mindset, that if you see your business doing well, you will begin to see it so much that you begin to look for the characteristics of businesses which do well.
Exactly.
And therefore begin to look for those characteristics and features in your business.
Exactly.
And therefore begin to act on them and do them.
Exactly.
You are what you see.
You are what you see. 100%. So let me give a for example. I was bred in Ghana. I went through the Ghanaian educational system. Nothing really special. Maybe I had some special sponsorships and all that. But till date, I have trained hundreds of thousands of business owners, business executives, and youth from over 20 different countries. I didn't know it exists until I started looking for it. I just got back from Kenya, where we had over 1,000 people, corporate students and all that, on a masterclass and training.
And that's because you told yourself at some point, I can do this.
Yes, that is what I wanted to do. So I found a way. So the thing is that whatever you want to do in this life is created, is not obtained. It is created. So, and how life works is that God stopped creation so that you can create what you want to see. But sometimes we have the mindset that this is what I want. I have confessed, I've prayed about it, I'm waiting for it to come. No, it doesn't happen that way. You create it. So because you are now obsessed about it, like how we are seeing the cars, you now begin to look for the opportunities. All of a sudden, you begin to see an opportunity somewhere. You read the newspaper, you see some, because you become so obsessed with it. Now you're looking for the opportunity to create that reality which you have in your mind. Because the thing is that everything you have in your mind actually exists. Your mind is a creative portal. For example, this show, I don't know who brought this show, but it was in the person's mind first. They knew exactly how the show should be, exactly the kind of people they should bring on board. For example, before you wore this suit this morning, you put it in your mind how it will look like. If you would, yeah.
No, I actually thought about it.
Yeah, you thought about it. And in your mind, you knew how you'd look like.
Yes.
And then you eventually decided to wear it. So immediately you started thinking about it in your mind. It existed.
You know, this thing you talk about,
Uh-huh.
I listened to a message once.
Yeah.
And the preacher man said, sometimes we bug God with unnecessary requests.
Yeah, 100%.
Because the point you made about the fact that when he stopped creating, he stopped so that we would continue.
100%.
In the sense that God gave us the trees, for example, because he knew that at some point in our yearning
Yeah.
to become more,
Yeah.
we would find out that we could make chairs from the trees.
100%.
So when we go back to God and ask God for chairs, he's not going to respond because it's in you.
Yeah, it's in
It's
you.
already the chair is already in
It's
the tree.
already in you.
It's just for you to find it.
You have to find it. And that's the responsibility of you as a person. Because there's a scripture that says, is the glory of God to hide a thing, but it's the honor of kings to find them. So with you finding what can be made based on what God has deposited in you, that's your honor to God.
So if your business is not doing well the way you want it to do, a great portion of it is actually you.
100%. It's not a great portion.
I'm just being
full
modest.
Yeah, no. Well, there's one thing you have to know about me. Everybody knows about me. I'm very unapologetic about my truths.
No, go ahead. By all means, please.
I'm very, very unapologetic about my truths.
It's you because
Yes, 100% you.
it's what you see.
Yes.
And if you can't see it, you can't do
You
it.
can't do it. Yeah. That's how it works.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really good stuff.
Yeah. And
Please, let's keep sharing. I'm sure that our listeners, are excited about.
Sure.
We hear these things every day, but sometimes a different
perspective
rendition
to
of it,
it.
a different perspective brings a certain realization. You know?
Yes.
I heard someone say that open the eyes of my understanding. Help me to see things in a different way.
Yeah.
And that's what makes a difference.
Yes.
That's why two people can listen to the same message and one person
One
takes it
person
and then
takes,
just starts,
yes, yes,
Wow.
yes.
Daniel, this is exciting.
Yes.
Right. Let's keep going.
Okay, so I want to talk about think beyond your city. Now, let me give a perfect example. When an average Ghanaian or an average person is starting a business, the first thing we think about is, if I'm in Kumasi, I'm come to start this business in Kumasi, in Tubli in Kumasi. I'm come to start this business in Accra. I'm come to start this business in Takoradi. You realize that you've created a limitation of the city. Why is it that way? The reason it's like that is because we have created boundaries just by the mere fact of cities, countries, nations, and continents.
Stereotype.
Yeah. So you believe you are Ghanaian, right? So everything you are doing, you think I'm Ghanaian, I must do it in Ghana. So naturally, you have blocked out your mind on other opportunities everywhere in the world. Not that the system of countries is bad. It is good because it creates a good system, but don't let it limit you as a person. You were brought here into this world, into all of the world, to impact all of the world, not Ghanaians, not Nigerians, not Africans.
So its systems are in place for the reasons they were created,
They
but
were
they are not
created.
meant to be
They
a
are
limitation.
Exactly, they are not meant to be a limitation.
You should leverage on
should
those
leverage,
systems to
exactly.
become the best version of yourself.
Exactly.
If you like.
Yes. So you have to leverage on it. For example, this was my first book, 12 Sales Secrets, the Global 500
Yes, I
companies don't
mentioned
want
it,
you to
yeah.
know. I'm Ghanaian. I live in Accra. I could have launched it in Accra, but I launched this book in Dubai because I'm a global citizen. You can launch it anywhere you want in the world. If and it's not like it was already there. I found a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
Because I decided that I'll find a way to
believed
make
it.
Exactly, I believed it. And funny enough, a month before, I didn't know how I was going to launch in Dubai. But a month before that happened, I ended up being in a training for Africans and a couple of people across the world. And someone happened to be there who lived in Dubai. It just found its way to work perfectly because I knew this is what exactly what I wanted
It's like
to
that
do.
Toyota Corolla you want to buy. And you see a lot of Toyota Corollas on the road.
Yes.
Then you start asking, okay, what's the price of a Toyota Corolla? Then they start telling you the different years and models.
Exactly.
Because somebody will say, which year?
Exactly.
Which model?
Yeah.
Then you start finding out where are they serviced? What are the parts like? Who has the oldest one?
Yeah.
What's the newest one?
Yeah.
What are the changes?
Yes.
Then you start asking
You
questions
start
around
asking
it.
questions. Whatever you don't ask question about, you're not serious about
Of
it.
course.
Whatever you're not asking
It's
questions
amazing
about.
how we apply this to other things, like when you want to buy a car, but not to our businesses.
Not to our businesses.
You know, and thank you so much for this, because it's sort of drawing our minds back
Yes.
to our businesses and how we can use the same energy,
Yes.
you know, to grow our businesses.
To grow our businesses.
Right.
So there's on this same. So whilst thinking about, especially if you're a service-based business like mine, that I can do it across the world. I don't limit myself to Ghana. I have clients all over the world. So if, for example, you're listening to me, a service-based business, you provide good services, break the limitation, break the city, leave, don't stop. We're in a global village now. Literally, with $1, that is 8 cities, you can be able to meet over 1,000 people who are targeted, and they can know about your brand. So why are you still focusing on Accra or Kumasi or Takoradi? Why? Limitations. So sometimes it's there, but we don't know about it until, let's say, things like these come up and you're like, so why am I doing this? Maybe you have a very nice product, amazing products, which you could have been exporting. Why are you not exporting them? Because to you, I have to spread to my city, my town.
And I'm sure that some of the limitations only exist in our mind.
In our minds, 100%. In fact,
It's too cumbersome to do this.
Yes.
It's too difficult. You know, they won't allow it. Who's they?
Yes,
there
who's
are people
they?
who have done it.
Yes, the people who have done it. All limitations actually exist in our minds, and they block us from tapping into the great potential that we are in, that we have within us. So I want to give an example.
Okay, go ahead.
If you have a seed, let's say we are trying to grow a cocoa seed to have, cocoa and all that, and I plant it somewhere, and the seed is viable, perfect, and it doesn't grow. Is it the seed or is the environment?
Interesting question.
So if I plant that cocoa in a place where cocoa doesn't grow, the problem is not you, the seed. The problem is the environment where you have been placed. So most often, people don't explore their greatest potential, not because they don't have it within, but because of the wrong environment. And when I talk about wrong environment, I'm talking about the kind of things you listen to, the kind of people you listen to, the kind of friends around you. To be honest, I had this book within me, but I brought it out only because the people around me all had books.
What's the people around you?
Yeah.
Who are you spending most of your time with?
Most of your time with. They all had books. And I was like, Daniel, why don't you have a book? And this was already within me. I had already planned to write a book, but I thought I'll write a book in 10 years. I'm like, no, I'm releasing it now.
Yeah.
And when I release it and the global applause this book has given me, and how some of the global companies are even having it as a manual, I'm even shocked myself. I'm like, so
And what was I waiting for?
what was I waiting for? So sometimes we are waiting for a time that will never happen. So,
Wow.
yeah, we are mostly waiting for a time that will never happen. Because sometimes we believe that at a certain age, some things will come to us. At a certain time, something, but nothing comes to you. It doesn't exist. Everything that ever happens is created. So if you can create, they can create anything at any time. So
And that's true.
yeah, anything at any time you can create it.
That's so
Anything
true.
at
I mean,
any
our
time.
stereotypes have, and I like what you said, One time, my pastor shared a message and said, sometimes we have stereotypes in our mind.
Yeah.
That, you go to school at a certain age,
Yeah.
you finish at a certain age,
Yeah.
you get a job, you
Yeah.
do your national service,
Yeah.
and you get married, and you have 2 children, and then you have a dog called what? Lassie. It's the systems are there
Yes.
as a guide.
As a
But they're
guide.
not meant to be a limitation.
No. So the systems are good because they were put there to ensure that the average person will find his way around life. But it's not there. But the systems are generalized, not customized. But your purpose is customized. So you use the system as a guide to customize yours.
Please say that again. The systems are generalized.
But
your purpose
It's customized.
is customized to you.
Yes. So you use the system to help you customize yours, not to follow it through.
And
Because-
even just to drive that home even more strongly, if there's 3 or 4 or 5 people on the same lane where you sell, let's say, water or
Yeah.
drinks
Yeah.
or whatever, what we're saying here today is that when you sell drinks, you do XYZ. You take stock, you make sure it doesn't go beyond a 1 year
Yeah.
expiry dates. But your purpose, how you turn out, is customized to you.
to you.
So the outcomes for the 5 people are not going to be the same.
No.
So don't limit yourself to this person did it and it
Yes.
didn't work, and that
Yes.
person. The variable in all of them is the individual.
The individual. And with that, what actually brought us this is the system of validation. Um, I've been to different parts of the world and seen how different things happen. And I must say that our culture is good. But one thing I don't like about our culture is how we shut our kids up. Because we have created a system of validation growing up that you are not your own being, you are not your own self. Follow through and keep following through forever. So by the time you are on your own, you don't know how to find your voice.
Because you lost it.
You lost it
early in
as a
the
child.
day.
Yeah. We don't give children freedom to make mistakes. But it's through making mistakes that they find themselves. Because, for example, you as a parent, you'll never be there for your child for the rest of their life.
Never.
So if you don't teach them to find their voice, and you don't teach them the freedom to make mistakes, they'll start making mistakes when they are way old, and now it becomes a big consequence to them.
It's messy.
It messes them up.
It's more detrimental at that time because it affects a lot more people.
100%. 100%.
It's an important point that you make, actually.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that the respite is that development, or should I say, changes across the world today and the infiltration across the world of different cultures is helping to change the worldview of many of these otherwise, should I say, localized cultures.
Yes.
And it's not just Ghana, everywhere else. I mean, if people used to do things in a certain way, now they're beginning to see that, listen, it can't be like that again because your child goes to school with that child from across the world. And they're thinking, why is that person like that? Why do they do things in this way? And they're starting to ask questions. And you know, I think there are a lot of parents today in Ghana struggling because now when the biggest question that children ask today is why.
Yes, why? Yes. And
then you ask them the question, they say why.
Why? Yes.
They're thinking, if you ask me another question, you know.
Yes. That's actually very true. And for us, it's very alien to us because we grew up you don't have to question anything. So, but the truth is that we become enlightened when we question things. Various systems and cultures and way of doing things were set by a group of people at a particular time based on what was happening during that time. So if we keep pushing that same system whilst things have changed, then we are doing ourselves
using the same formula.
You know, the same formula.
I mean, there's an example of a family that I know, and he says to me, yeah, I'm dropping my daughter off in school on one of the days, and my daughter says to me, he says, Daddy, how do mosquitoes make babies? I was thinking, I'm dropping you off to school this early morning.
Why ask you that question?
He says, do they lay eggs or do they have babies? And he says, yeah, frankly, I didn't know the answer because I was thinking of some spreadsheets. So he says he just turned to the child and said, I don't know. I think they make babies. And says, yeah, my phone was in the car. The next thing I heard was, hey, Siri. She's talking to my phone. He says, hey, Siri, do mosquitoes lay eggs? Then Siri responds, the female Anopheles mosquito lays up to 120,000 eggs. So he says, her daughter turns to him and says, did you go to school at all? Because now they have answers.
Yes, they have answers.
And that's the beauty of what we're talking about, that things are changing.
Things are changing.
You can't use the same formula.
No.
And bringing it back to business, and this is a conversation that we're having, that you cannot continue to use the same.
No.
I mean, you are in that field. Talk to my listeners.
For example, let me give you an example of a salesperson in this area. So in the maybe 1900s, sales was, hi, is this Mr. Yao? Okay, yeah, my name is Daniel calling from this company. Or is it a good time to talk? Okay, so we have this product. If you are still using that process, you are literally wasting your investment.
Sale.
Yeah. We are in the generation where people don't want to buy. They want to have a conversation and then convince themselves they need it. So if you are being pushy, there's something called the bias resistance. Have you realized, Yao, that anytime you are anywhere and anyone wants to sell anything to you, immediately you don't want to talk to them?
I switch off.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, not here.
Yeah, not here. No matter where you are, you wouldn't want it. But this was actually working in the 1900s. But we're in a generation where, because of digitalization, because of technology, you have someone's trying to sell something to you every single place. So you are tired of people trying to sell to you, that immediately you hear that someone is trying to sell something to you immediately you don't want to hear about them. But maybe you'd want to have a conversation that so how's your business doing? what would you say is one of the greatest things that will happen in your business right now that would make you see progress according to your objectives? They want to also have a conversation. So now you tell me this, and this. So if I start telling you about how we can achieve it, and you make your own, you agree on your own that we need this, then the sale is made.
And it's even more interesting, the same approach. Now, instead of selling me, let's say, fuel,
Yeah.
you find out, so how's your business doing?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm into haulage. So what are some of the challenges you're facing lately?
Yeah.
How do you bring the conversation to my supplier and say, how would you like to save X percent of your...
Exactly.
And I say, how do I do that?
How do I do that?
At that point, I'm asking you a question.
Yes.
So you are telling me about how to solve my problem, but you have made a sale.
A sale.
This is interesting. Let's get our listeners involved. This is Masterclass here on the Superstation Joy 99.7. We're spending time here in the studio discussing abundance, having the mind of abundance for your business with Mr. Daniel Sapo. Interesting thoughts that we're sharing here. We're going to get interactive, but before we do that, we'll take a quick message from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Your favorite on-air business development program, Joy Business Masterclass, is in session, and you can interact with us on Facebook via the Joy 99.7 FM or Joy Business pages. If you tweet, the handle is at Joy 997 FM or at Joy Business GH. Don't forget to hashtag JB Masterclass. You can also call us on 0302 216541 or send your questions and contributions through to the WhatsApp number 0551 111997, and our facilitators will address your concerns. Attention everyone, class is in progress.
Welcome back. If you've just tuned in, this is Masterclass here on your Superstation Joy 99.7. We're getting interactive right now. Numbers to call 0302216541. That's 0302216541. Pick up that phone, give us a call. We're talking about having a positive mindset, the abundance, a positive mind to do your business, having a mind of abundance so that your business can grow. Do you see it before you actually do it? The reason your business is not growing, we're sharing here on the show today, that it's, apart from all the things that have gone wrong, is how you are seeing it. So as far as your eyes can see, that's how well your business can do. Pick up that phone, give us a call. Let's hear what you have to say about it, what your thoughts are about it. Have you changed your mindset recently? How has it affected your business? Are you suffering from a certain mindset? Somebody will say, yeah, but what about all the realities that exist? Let's have a conversation and we'll make our businesses better for it. Numbers to call 0302216541. You can also send us a message on WhatsApp on 0551111997. The production team will make sure that we pick up your comments on WhatsApp as well, and then we can share them. WhatsApp number is 0551111997. Numbers to call 0302216541. If you have a motor vehicle of any kind, I've got some great news for you. GOL is giving all of its Go card customers up to 2% discount on all fuel purchased. So join the Go Club today and visit any GOL filling station. GOIL, good energy. GOIL, Yenara Yedi. I've got a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're welcome to Masterclass. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Prince, calling from Tema.
Good afternoon, Prince. How's Tema this afternoon?
Yeah, Ghana is too.
Talk to me, Prince.
Yeah. Your man you have there is very deep. Today he has really opened my mind, my eyes, how I see my business, how to even transform it, my marketing team. I'm an entrepreneur myself. So as I was listening to it, actually it was as if he was talking to me. Yeah, he's deep, very deep.
Right.
Very deep, yeah.
Right.
So good job.
Thank you so much, Prince. Prince, what you should do is that you should get a copy of his book, The 12 Sales Secrets by Daniel Sapon. Thankfully, he's on the show for the next 3 weeks as well. So touch base with us again next week and we can help you to get a copy of his book as well. But thank you for calling.
Thank you.
All right, cheers. Is that another caller on the line? 0302216541. While we're waiting for the phone lines to ring, GCB has some wonderful news for us. If you're looking to pay your educational fees or pay any urgent medical expenses or pop-up bills or home makeovers or any renovations or even go on a holiday, that long-thought holiday, GCB is saying that call them today on 0800 422 422 for a GCB personal loan. GCB, your bank for life. I've got a message on social media. It says, good afternoon, boss. Please, your resource person is really bringing out stuff. Never look down on yourself. but there are good jobs up there. Thank you, Papa Ansa from. Is it from Legon? Okay, I didn't get Papa Ansa. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. Numbers to call again. Okay, this is from Samuel. Samuel says, "Good afternoon. Please, where can I get a copy of his book?" Daniel, where can they get a copy of your book?
So you can order on my website.
Okay.
www.danielsapon.com.
www.danielsapon.com. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'll try and convince Daniel if we'll get one or two of his books. We'll do a little quiz before he leaves us this month, and maybe one or two of you can get to win, a copy of his book as well. But by all means, we want to hear from you. We've had a conversation on the power of positive thinking and abundant mind for business. We want to hear your thoughts. Let's do this together so that together we can make our nation great and strong. Numbers to call 0302 216 541. Or you can also send us your comments on 05511 11997. Daniel, while we're waiting for the phones to ring, there's a few more thoughts or slides that we have. Let's just go ahead and share them.
Okay. Yeah, I want to share this story.
Yeah.
So the year is 1988, and Ketanji Brown is in the Miami Palmetto Senior High School. And the yearbook at the end of the year, she said, "I want to go into law and eventually have a judicial appointment." This was the statement. That never happened until about 24 years later, in April 2022, when she's appointed in the US. So someone will wonder, she talked about this 24 years ago, and then she has become it.
Yeah.
What happened? She created it. Now let me break it down. Immediately, you thoughts are things. Thoughts, they are real things. They exist. So thoughts are things. So if you are thinking negative things, that's why sometimes you think about evil things that may happen or can happen and realize that they begin to happen. Because thoughts actually exist. They are real things, like how you are real and I'm real.
They're tangible.
Yes, they are tangible. Once you think it, you create it.
Okay, I've got a caller on the line. This is Isaac from the Volta region. Good afternoon, Isaac. Where exactly in the Volta region are you calling us from?
Adidome.
Oh, Adidome. How's Adidome this afternoon, my brother?
Oh, everything very nice.
Beautiful, beautiful. Talk to us.
As if you are talking to me because I'm a business tackle. So as I'm listening to your voice, as if the book is with me ready. So we want to ask Daniel Sapo where we can locate the books.
Okay. What we're going to do is that we'll put a few of the books here at Multimedia as well. But you can go to his website, www.danielsapon.com.
Yes,
and order the book. We'll see if we can make a few copies available at the front desk as well. We'll let you know when
apart from that, where can we get another?
Okay. Apart from the website, how else can? Is there a number to call?
Yes. Okay. So I think I'll leave this this number here so that anybody who wants to get a copy
of the book,
yes, can just. So maybe at the end of the
show.
At the end of the show, I'll leave a number here so that anyone can call.
Right. So we'll put
the number is 055 77 8727. That's 0555 77 8727. It goes straight to my executive office and they can make the arrangement for you.
Okay. So Isaac, that's the number there for you. You can by all means give them a call and arrange to have a copy delivered to you. Thank you for calling the show. Right. So you were sharing about Ketanji?
Yes. So it happened 24 years later. So I was saying that thoughts are things. They are tangible. They exist. They are real. So you have to create.
And the Bible even says, if it says, whatever so things are pure,
yeah,
whatever so things are right,
yes,
whatever so things are clean, if there be any virtue, think on these things.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, if you think of evil all the time and you're seeing cows chasing you in your dream all the time,
that's what's going to happen.
That's what cows are going to start chasing you.
Exactly.
I mean, think positive things.
Think
the
positive
power
things.
of the mind.
Yes. If you think about being fired, you get fired soon.
It's amazing.
I'm telling you. If you think about a business opportunity that will change your life or a scholarship, you'll find it soon. Because you create it. And just as a scripture, I want to back up with two other scriptures. Now, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he.
Oh.
When the Bible talks about heart, usually it's talking about your subconscious. So once you are thinking it, so is he. It means you are already that person. Immediately you think it.
Yeah.
And I would like to add this other scripture. Be transformed. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That means that transformation or physical transformation, or if you want to see real things, the only way it happens is through your mind, not even through the prayer, because the transformation will come through the mind. Be transformed.
And it doesn't matter what you believe in. Just think positive.
Just think
Think positive. Think about the right thing. My business is growing.
Yeah.
My business, see customers coming in. Then you begin to think, okay, why are the customers not coming? I'm thinking positive because this is not happening. Okay, then you begin to fix it.
Exactly.
That's the same example like we shared when you want to buy a new car.
Yes.
When you are so obsessed
with it,
the positivity of your business growing, you will begin to see the things that will aid
100%.
that thing coming into existence, and then you will achieve it.
100%.
I mean, as a man thinketh in his heart,
so is he immediately. But what people don't understand is that physical takes time to manifest, because physical is slow. You know, it's like how we have solid, liquid, and gas. Gas is gone. Liquid also moves fast, but solid is a bit slow. That's how the mind and the physical works. The mind has already conceived it and already exists. It's tangible. But the physical takes time to manifest. Yeah. But eventually it would. So what happened with Ketanji Brown, for example, is that immediately she said that, it was established. It was there. She wasn't it the time she was appointed. She was it the time she established it.
Which means that even the things we say with our mouth, the declarations we make, learn to speak positive things.
Yeah.
There was something I was watching, I think, over the weekend, and it was on Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah was saying that a lot of Africans, don't know how to take compliments. So you say, "Oh, that's a nice suit you have on." You say, "Oh no, I got it really cheap. I got it."
Yes.
We never.
No.
That's a nice pair of shoes. Oh, somebody dashed it to me.
Yes. No. No way. No.
So the things we say are established.
Yes.
And there are things in the cosmos which are waiting to make it happen.
Your
business. You're talking about difficulties, and everything you confess with your mouth is negative.
It's negative.
The negative things are going to pick it up.
It will just... It's a ripple effect.
So let's speak some positivity into our business.
Yes.
Let's think positive.
Let's
think
act
positive.
Yes.
And then we're going to start seeing the things we should do to
Exactly.
aid.
Exactly.
Wow.
So what you can even start... So I do have mind transformation sessions for individuals, for businesses and all that. One thing I always let people start with what you are grateful for. So look at your life. Stop taking things for granted. Look at your business. Stop taking things for granted. What are you grateful for? You are grateful that at least you even have a business which is running. So sometimes the reason why we get the negative ripple effect is because we look at everything that is wrong with ourselves and the business, instead of looking at everything that is right. Because, I love this. Whatever you focus on multiplies.
And that's true. I mean, I just thought about it with respect to myself right now.
Yeah.
And I realized that it's true.
Yeah. Whatever you focus on. And so, wherever attention goes, energy flows. So what are you giving attention to?
We should patent these things that you're saying, yeah? But that's so true.
Yeah. So wherever you give the attention to, that is where all of us are. You are mass. You are matter. Do you understand? We are all energy. We are all energies, and we move at frequencies and vibrations. So, for example, if you are sad, you are in a very low vibration. That's why. If you're extremely happy because of something, you're in a high vibration. That's why sometimes you get extremely happy, and then sometimes it's not sustained, and you become normal again. So we are all energies. If we put a high microscope to your body, or to even this book, or to even it's vibrating.
Of course.
Yeah, at a frequency. Everything vibrates. So if everything is vibrating, then that means that the words that you are speaking, those words actually vibrate at a frequency. So that's why sometimes someone tells you look really good, and all of a sudden you don't know why, but you feel good. The person gave you a higher vibration, and it's put your energy in a very high vibration. Or sometimes when someone insults you or says something bad about you, if you don't have good mental blocks, you feel a bit down. Because
a good example is road rage. When someone crosses you and then they don't apologize, and then they swing the hand at you, then you're upset for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's all energy. So you must learn to control energy and learn to manipulate energy. Else, people will always control you. Else, if I want to upset you, especially, for example, we are on media, I want to do something to upset you. I would say something and energy to make you upset, and then you say something and you degrade yourself on media, big like this. So you must learn how to manipulate energy and learn how to...
Next week, we're moving into another aspect of our conversation. I mean, next week, we're going to be looking at the mindset to deal with business challenges, uncertainties, and stress. Today, we've been looking at developing an abundance mindset for business success. What's our takeaway from today?
The takeaway, the first thing I would want to say is that everything exists and you have to find a way to create it. It won't come to you. It is not obtained, it is created. And you have the abundance within you to make it happen.
Start from your mind.
Start from your mind.
Okay. Right. What should we look forward to in our conversation
next week?
Mindset to deal with business.
Next week is going to be amazing. Next week I'm going to talk about how everything in this life is chaos. God created the world from chaos. That means that the entire being of this world is chaos. That's why after God put man there to till the land, so that to control the chaos. If, for example, your entire life is chaos until you put in systems. So everything in this life is chaos until there's a structure and there's a system. We'll go deep into that.
Interesting thoughts here. I've got a final message on social media from the Ethereum, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, the Ethereum mission in Dansuman. It says, "Thank you for the education today. I'm really grateful. I used to hear such messages from church. This awareness made it possible for me to attain all my degrees and EMBs." He's talking about coming to that realization that everything is possible.
Everything is possible
through a positive mindset.
Yes.
This has been Masterclass here on the Superstition Joy 99.7. If I don't end the show now, we'll keep going.
I can leave my
Yeah, go ahead.
social media accounts.
Go ahead.
So if you're on Instagram and Twitter, you can find me Daniel_Sapon with a 7. Daniel_Sapon 7. And on Facebook and LinkedIn, you can find me Daniel Sapon Jr.
Right.
Yeah.
Daniel is back here again with us, God willing, next week. So we're going to have him for a few more times here on the show. And definitely we're going to make sure we juice every bit out of him before he leaves. But thank you so much for joining us. This has been Masterclass. My name, as always, is Barnafo. We'll see you same time next week.